D クラスから裏切り者が出る。
So, as I am watching Classroom of the Elite, I don't know if you find yourself doing this, but I find myself doing this over and over and over and over again. And I'm just saying the word damn, damn, damn. Like, there's so many situations that happen this specific episode. So we basically kind of like got the results from the cruise ship stuff. We got the next event, which is a school festival event. We got AYANAOKJI beginning the inner workings with Karuizawa because he knows that he's going to be manipulating her and using her. She's basically going to be like a vassal or like somebody he talks through now and going forward, but he's kind of keeping her out the dark as well. Then we had all the Horikita stuff where Horikita was kind of like opposing AYANAOKJI in a way, and then also kind of like revealing like what her plan was for the sports festival, and immediately getting taken down by Karuizawa and kind of like getting a lot of hatred from the class. Then we kind of like move on to the next point where, you know, now they're practicing for the sports festival and the school event, and during this time, you know, Horikita is being very hard-headed and being, again, very mean and mean-spirited towards a lot of the other girls in her class, because she's practicing for the three-legged race, and she refuses to compromise, and she refuses to kind of like give in to their level. She's like, you need to match my level kind of thing. So AYANAOKJI schools her again, and he makes her feel like the girls that he makes her feel like she's been making those girls feel. And she understands in that moment. Then he immediately, before she really has a moment to think, we immediately get her pulled back in by AYANAOKJI, because he's like, okay, we're gonna go and do some reconnaissance. We're gonna go and investigate Team White, which is the opposite team, because we have two teams. We have Team Red and Team White, and Team Red is gonna be composed of students from Class A and Class D, and then Team White is gonna be composed of of students from Class B and Class C. So there's gonna be intermingling within both. So he immediately pulls Horikita in. He's like, okay, we're going to go investigate Team White, but we're going to do it with one other person. The point of this investigation isn't to really go investigate. They are going to gather information. It's to out another potential traitor during this sports festival. And how he gets Horikita on board is he lets her know who the traitor was during the cruise ship, and he lets her know that, hey, during our cruise ship battle on Team Earth, there was a traitor from Class D, and it was Kushida. Now, do I know that for certain? If AYANAOKJI is certain about it, I am too. So that's what makes this extremely interesting, finding out that Kushida was the traitor during that arc. And it completely makes sense to me because she's so two-faced and she hates everybody, and she definitely doesn't want to see Horikita win. She's so bipolar and so two-sided, so two-faced, that it totally makes sense to me. So I love seeing like him putting those inner workings. Then we take it 9 steps back, and we have him. We come back with the conversation that he was having with Karuizawa, and during the class meeting, he had emailed Karuizawa like, hey, oppose Horikita's idea, kind of like bring her down a peg, oppose her idea, even though that in Karuizawa's head she was on board with it, she was in agreement. He was like, bring her down. So she did. So she opposed Horikita, and in his email he also says, also, in tandem, also bring in Kushida and ask what her opinion was, which she did as well. So all those different like inner workings, he's laying all this groundwork, and then he finally lets Karuizawa know, because Karuizawa was like, what's the point of this? What are you trying to accomplish? What's your goal here? Who are you? She's trying to peg him with all these questions, and she was like, oh, and do you think you're smarter than all of us? And he was like, look, at the end of the day, if I were just to black and white tell you yes or no, you wouldn't believe me. So I'm going to show you through the things that I do. And he lets her know. And one more thing, during this sports festival, there's going to be a traitor from our class again. So she's like, how do you know, blah, blah. He's like, it's going to happen. So I love like all these different things, and I'm constantly being like, damn, let's go, damn. Like these little things that keep catching me off guard that make it like the most enjoyable to watch. And I think that's what makes Classroom of the Elite so special. It's like all the different little inner workings and everything. Then we got to talk about Best Girl here too. So we got to talk about during, while they're practicing for the sports festival and stuff, I love how they kept cutting away to our girl Sakura, our little model girl. She was just kept like running in the field. She kept like running, not in the field, in the track, trying to like, up her stamina and stuff. And I was like, go Sakura, go. So I love that as well. Oh, also, when AYANAOKJI was doing the grip strength stuff, I love how he got duped. He was told that, hey, 60 is the middle for boys to do grip strength, and it was he was told it was 60, so he got a perfect 60 to kind of manipulate it. But 60 wasn't the middle. 45-ish was the middle. So he got duped on that one. So now he's in the more top tier when it comes to grip strength. And I found that pretty interesting as well. But he learned what the average is as well. So I thought that was all pretty cool as well. But overall, I think this episode of Classroom of the Elite was really, really good. I love being able to see, the thing I like to see more or the most is like the inner workings of everything. I love to see the inner workings of, what AYANAOKJI's putting down and kind of what he's manipulating. I like seeing how Karuizawa is really going to be used, as he moves forward. And I love how Karuizawa also gave him like a little look to like, I don't know if she's falling in love with him or because he is her hero now. Like, I don't know, but she gave him a little look during this episode. And I was like, damn, you Karuizawa, like that girl? Like that K? But I love like all those little things. And then I like how AYANAOKJI specifically, I like how he keeps looping in Horikita. And I like how he's basically using her without making it known. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about the sports festival. Let me know if you're satisfied with the end of the cruise ship arc. Because I still felt like they could have. I still felt like we could have got one more episode with the cruise ship stuff, just personally. Because I kind of felt like they took away the focus of the actual competition and they kind of transferred it into the Karuizawa stuff. So I could have personally, I would have been more satisfied with like one more episode to really wrap that up. But that's my personal feeling. So let me know what you guys think about that, and let me know what you think about this sports festival coming up, and let me know who you think is going to be the traitor in the sports festival. Is it going to be Kushida, or did she just kind of like do it as that one time, or is she going to be the traitor again? Let me know what you guys think. All in all, thank you guys for being here for another week. I appreciate you guys theorizing and being here as I kind of like summarize this week's episode. As always, I'll see you guys next Monday for more Classroom of the Elite. Deuces.